My name is Peter, and today I'll be walking you through our business model canvas journey thus far. Our team participants include Andrew, Kirsten, Jasmine, Claudia, and myself. And together, we are Pinnacle Wellness Sanctuary. We are business consultants with over 20 years of experience tasked to solve the wicked problem. This presentation is a reflection of our journey and looks at our approach we've taken thus far. Why does this interest you? Well, throughout our journey, you may uncover opportunities that help you during your journey. First, we define what the wicked problem is. As people enter their 60s, they begin experiencing physical, psychological, cognitive, and social deterioration through situations such as retiring from the workforce, losing loved ones, and natural aging process. This is the wicked problem we seek to solve using the business model canvas. Our learnings from the initial research really call out the proportion of population aged 65 years and above, increasing from 1994 to 2014. That's highlighted in the first point. This really shows that the expected rate to increase more rapidly in the future is very likely, and that it is a key area of focus for the Australian people. Causes of biological aging. The key message here is that the body cells are not immortal and that people don't live forever. So aging is inevitable and is going to happen to everyone. So the need for active aging is significant for the aging population and something that we all need to look upon very seriously. The natural effects of aging. There's a number of things listed out there that affect the aging population. Things like the reduced functioning of bodily functions, the reduction of muscle mass and the strength of muscles that remain, the respiratory system taking less oxygen. These are all different things that are challenges for the aging population that need to be overcome and mitigated as people age. Active aging. Active aging is defined as the process of optimizing opportunities for health, participation, and security in order to enhance quality of life as people age. What this basically is saying is, as people age, we need to use activities to stimulate the brain and muscles to have a better quality of life as they age. And this is where our initial business idea comes into play. It's to create a facility for formal informal therapies and medical attention for personals nearing and in the later stage of their lives, allowing customers to contribute to the program, leverage their wealth of knowledge, experience in a relaxed atmosphere with peers, and enhance their lives and those within their network, and also treat and educate aging customers in novel, hands-on, and inclusive ways. Collectively, this is what our Pinnacle Wellness Sanctuary looks to achieve. One of the key things we used was the design approach. This adds value as it provides the opportunity to view the issues of maintaining well-being as one ages from alternative perspectives while allowing to delve into the problem in order to determine its root cause. This basically is saying that we've used these 4 quadrants on our business model canvas to get to the root cause and hence implement a solution. So we've got our customer insights, which is the root cause of what the real problems are for our customers, being the aging population. We've got ideation, where several ideas were explored before isolating and honing in on the most successful one. Visual thinking, which is using the business model canvas as the building blocks and looking at it visually and how they interact with each other. And prototyping, exploring different directions in which we can take our business model canvas, ultimately through a number of revisions that are called out throughout this presentation. This brings us to our initial business model canvas and our prototyping. And I'll briefly run through this. So starting from our right, we've got our customer segments, 60 plus aged or aging people, for men and women, all who want to use this center and its services. From our customer relationships perspective, we've got personal assistance and co-creation, and also the use of courtesy buses if there's disabled people that need to be picked up or people who can't drive and things like that. We've got multiple channels to leverage from, so local councils, hospitals, GPs, rehab centers, social media. Some of the key activities we've got highlighted there is the rehab sessions, the social outings, the cooking classes, counselling services. For our key resources, we've used facilities, kitchen for cooking, lounge for social, garden outdoor areas, the physical centre itself and the specialists and the human resources that come with it. We're also calling out our key partners, which are the owners, the hospitals, alliance with the suppliers for food and cooking and nutrition classes, and the government, local, state and federal. Down the bottom, we're calling out the cost structure and the revenue streams. From a cost perspective, there's the employees, mixed paid and volunteer specialists, the equipment and food ingredients, and the vehicle. From a revenue perspective, we're looking at government grants, memberships, and rebates from health insurance to be able to support this model. And our ultimate value proposition that ties everything together is providing physical, mental, and social support to the growing mature age population and a convenient and safe, inviting place away from home to discuss ways to improve health. Altogether, this is our initial business model canvas. Our initial business model canvas learnings. So the process, open-minded discussion, we explored all possible ideas that can fit within the initial business ideas. From our value proposition, the use of mental may not have been accurate. We replaced with cognitive. From a customer segment side, different age groups may have different usage requirements, so not one fits all. From customer relationship, personal assistance and co-creation needed further explaining. That point was too broad. Key partners and cost structure, health and medical supplies were missing. For our key activities, business development activity was missing. Key resources, a low cost but valuable feature missing from the offering. Revenue streams, a bit vague, need a greater explanation, especially around those grants and things like that. This is our first iteration that takes their learnings into place and puts them in. So I'll call out all the ones in red. So we've got 60 plus, different age groups equal different usage patterns. So people who are 65 may not be using it as often as 85, or could be vice versa. Personal assistance from customer relationships. So we've got face-to-face, group, and one-to-one interactions. From co-creation, we've got members contribute in the area of expertise/interest. From our value propositions perspective, we've removed the mental and added cognitive. In our key activities, we've added business development to grow awareness and generate more support. In our key resources, we've added the quiet room, the library, and the reading room. In our key partners, which we've added a fair few, the cleaning staff to make sure there was a level of hygiene in the center, the WHS and infectious disease specialists, medical equipment, drug and consumer supplies. Really specific areas once we discussed further and called them out. And our cost perspective, again, the ones we called out from our key partners translated below: cleaning services, WHS compliance, the medical supplies and consumables. And from our revenue streams, we've added in fixed costs, all-inclusive annual fee, specialist medical services for additional costs under the membership. And we've also included donations and fundraisers with two key areas we missed. Business model canvas first iteration learning. So I guess the process was the peer feedback and group discussion. We found that very, very valuable, and a lot of things that came out of the discussion out of everyone else's feedback. Key activities, we needed a little bit more info on cooking classes and highlighted that have nutritional educational value. Key resources, we removed the lap pool facility as public facilities could be used, and the revenue streams, initial BMC lacked revenue sources. The general learning from the peer review from a creativity needed to highlight customer co-creation and interactive educational elements. Business model canvas second iteration. As you can see, there's a lot less that have changed. So under key activities included nutrition and educational, and under key resources we've got lap pool removed, and that basically sums up the changes we've made. Now, what makes this business different? One of the key areas is the co-creation, which adds a personalized and a unique experience for members. This is really what makes the Pinnacle Wellness Sanctuary special for everyone to use. It also opens its doors up to the needs of anyone from 60 plus up. It creates an environment where you can network and have activities and treatments. There's also activities that are tailored for all ages from 60 plus, and it's interactive with hands-on education. These are the things that together make it a differentiator in the marketplace. What are the benefits to the customer? There's a number of benefits that are called out, but I guess the one that sums them all together, it really creates an environment where customers can go and are encouraged to have active involvement and contribute their expertise and interest to the broader community. And it really ties into that whole active aging position and stimulate the body and mind through, multiple things, from cooking classes to special medical services to, the courtesy bus availability, traveling to and from a center and its convenience and simply creating that need to be with one another. Research design. I guess this is the methodology we used in our approach. So on ontology, constructivism, the belief, to greater or less an extent, the society is constructed that everything you and others see and experience in every society is constructed, either mostly or completely depending on the extent of the individual's researcher's belief in constructed social reality by individual groups and peoples. This is the process that we took when we went to the research design. The method, we did the qualitative method, and we also did data collection. As you can see below, we interviewed, we did a lot of observations, diary keeping, and survey questions, and used focus groups. That was the method of our research. The objectives are highlighted there. When identify and understand the needs of elderly 60 years plus, that will encourage active aging. Discover activities that support the aging process in elderly 60 plus. Identify aspects of healthy lifestyle that encourage active aging. Identifying the level of involvement that elderly are willing to engage in. Understand the willingness and ability to pay for memberships and suitable fees. We also did target population some sampling, and we simple random samples, sample size of approximately 200 people, residents of 60 years plus, and mixed of working and retired. And that we got a good balanced view. Method of data analysis. So our content analysis, categorizing verbal and behavioral data, classification, summarization, and tabulation of this data. Narrative analysis, we use the research and understand the way people making meaning of their lives as narratives, quantification through Likert scale responses. So we've got threats to validity and reliability. Sample size is too small, so we've called that out. We've only got 200. Sample is too random. Whilst we've tried to do a balance of both, it's not specifically targeted to the retiring population who may need this service. Sample is not representative of total population. Too many people sample still in the workforce full time. And the ones on the right have called out reliable, not valid, low validity, low reliability, no reliable, not valid, both reliable and both valid is what we're after. This brings us to the end of the presentation. Thank you for listening, and we welcome all feedback from all teams. Thank you.